Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Social Recruiting Show. I'm Katrina Collier. I speak, train and write about the use of social media for recruitment. I'm of course joined by my gorgeous co-host Audra Knight, who is a recruitment marketing expert and employer branding nerd, or whatever I feel like calling her this week. Super excited this week. We have Kerry Mills on a day early. Thank you, Kerry, for that. Who's SourceCon Grandmaster. And I think you can introduce yourself for what you're doing now because it's all new.
It is all new. So I'm at Indeed. I've been here for, I keep saying like 8 weeks, but I think it's more like 12.
And you're still there.
I'm still here. I feel like
I'm sure you're only there because of the food.
Right? Yeah. So there is such thing called the Indeed 15. I'm well on my way to gaining full 15. Yeah, it's an amazing, the food is great, but I'll tell you the people are great too. So
yeah.
I do all of our executive recruiting and sourcing, so director and above, and so far I'm loving it. I'm in our San Francisco office right now.
Yeah, so it's really early for you, right?
I'm in class, but I'm going to go. By like 4, I'm probably going to be on the floor, like just passed out, but it's okay.
Sorry, I'm like melting. The sun is actually out in London. Sorry. I'm here. I'll behave. So, because you're going to talk about hyper-personalization, which I completely do not think should be a topic, because seriously, shouldn't we treat people as people? But at the same time, I think that's uber exciting. So yeah. Can you talk to me about like why that topic and like why it's close to your heart?
It is something that, I mean, it's so cliche to say that I'm so passionate about because I think people say that all the time, but I really could talk about it all day. When I think about what it means to me, I mean, really it's treating candidates like people and not numbers. And it sounds like so easy, right? Like, hello, it really shouldn't have to be talked about, but it is. And it needs to be, and it needs to be thrown out there and shoved into every recruiter's face. Because if you go to Twitter and search recruiter fail, there is a lot of stuff. And
that is my favorite hashtag ever. Yeah. Well, even that tweet I always talk about. So if you've heard the show before, I talk about that tweet that went viral from the Google recruiter. And he made this really personal email or in-mail, and the guy still took 11 months to answer it. So you really need to make the effort.
Especially with
it's got to be done.
I imagine director positions, you got to find them and really get their attention.
Yeah, I mean, especially some of the companies that we target at Indeed. I mean, we're going after Google and Facebook and the big tech companies, and they get tons of messages. So I have to make sure that I set myself apart from the rest, and I kind of make it. I make it a competition with myself. I'm obviously a competitive person, but I'm mostly competitive against myself. So my goal every time I send a message is to get like the best reaction possible. And I'm sharing a reaction that I had in my SourceCon presentation in 2 weeks from a guy who he responded to me and said, "This was the best recruiting message I've ever received, and I felt obligated to respond to you because of how much effort you put into this email." And I'm like, really? That's really nice of you.
So from the moment you found them to the moment you finished writing the message, how long did that take?
That's a good question.
Good question.
This might shock some people. I do use templates, and I don't write from start to beginning, like a very, very individual message. I would say from finding them to doing research, maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
So why do recruiters say they can't do this?
Wow.
All I ever hear is, I can't do this, I've got no time. I'm like, really? With all the Chrome extensions and the ability to just quickly grab stuff and personalize stuff? Come on.
No, I use Profit to find their some of their social sites. And I'll usually personalize like the first 1 or 2 sentences. And then from there, it's my same spiel that I give to everybody else.
Yeah. I love Jose's comment, lazy.
You don't put the job description in that email, do you?
God, that drives me crazy. I usually will put, I keep it super like, I keep it so that they want to respond and be like, well, I want to know what you're talking about because you didn't really give me enough information. So I usually will say something about, you know, Indeed and the growth that we're going through, and, you know, based on this and this in your background, I'd love to talk to you about opportunities. Sometimes I don't even mention the job title, you know, because I'm at a point where I want to find the best of the best people, and if I can just get them to me, I'll figure out where to put them in the company.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in that position to be able to do that as well.
That's true. I'm sure there are people who are listening to me right now and they're like, oh, you're lucky that you have that opportunity, but you have to take advantage of it. See?
Yeah. But I hear a lot at the conferences when I'm speaking. A lot of people will sort of say, actually, they're finding talking about someone's career is more effective than talking about that specific job anyway, which is kind of what you're doing by being a bit vague, kind of getting them to fit.
Yeah, I had a guy, when I worked at PayPal, I had reached out to him, and he was in the finals for a job. He was the second option, so he didn't get hired. And this was a year and a half ago. So I actually got a message from him last month, and he's like, hey, wanted to reach out. I'm looking for a new job, and you were, you know, one of the best recruiters I worked with, so just wanted to put it out there in case you have anything else.
Yeah.
And like, to me, like, that's why I do my job. That sums up the butterflies that I get from everything that I do.
And you haven't been doing it that long though, have you, recruitment?
I have been doing it for almost 7 years.
Oh, okay. So longer than I thought.
But I started off doing high volume. So like really high volume, like 300 positions in a 6-week period, customer service. It was crazy. And I did that for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So I've been doing, I've kind of just, like everybody says, they fall into it. I literally fell into it.
It's bad that we don't plan it. Sorry, Audra, I've interrupted you twice.
When you reach out to them, is it their personal email, work email, like through Indeed, or what?
I always try to get their personal. And I will tell you, so before I came to Indeed, I used LinkedIn Recruiter a lot. It was just available for me, had emails, blah, 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 blah. So I came to Indeed, and as you can imagine, we don't really, you know, support the competitor.
Really?
But I don't use InMails anymore. So I got here and I was like, there's no way I can send messages to their work email. Like, it just seems crazy. So I would spend all this time trying to find their personal email. Well, I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm wasting way too much time. I can find their work email a lot easier. So now for the past like 2 months, I've been doing work email. I have not once had anyone be like, why are you messaging me here? It's been really surprising. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll either respond to me from their work email, or they'll just forward it to their personal and then respond to me from that. So I'm not scared of it anymore.
Why were you scared of it in the first place?
I think it was, I don't know. I remember talking at SourceCon about this, and big topic, and Stacy Zappar had said like, oh no, I email people at work all the time, and for some reason I felt like I was overstepping my boundaries, but that's gone now.
So would you call in and ask for them at the company as well, or do you find that you feel a bit uncomfortable?
A lot. And when I worked for on the agency side of things, that was like how I found out. I would get so sneaky and call in and say, hey, I have a meeting with Mark in 5 minutes, and the number that I'm using isn't working. Can you confirm his cell phone? And then they just give it to me. Like, I know, I was pretty slick, but I don't do that. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I should try to give it a.
I wonder why that happens, because I have that a lot. So those that move from agency where they would just do whatever, because I guess they were getting paid money when they made a placement. And then they go in-house and they stop doing it. It's funny how we change.
Well, I always wonder if it's because like the agency is so metric driven, and I think it's a different maybe vibe in corporate. I don't know. Yeah,
there are some great comments going on down here. I mean, one, I think because Audra's advertising Indeed beautifully there at the top. I don't know if you clocked that. I'm sure you have. No. Apparently, Jose would like to work for you, so I'm sure that there's an application coming through at some point because he wants a T-shirt. Not the relocation to Austin.
Isn't he in Texas too?
For the t-shirt. I can get you a t-shirt. I've been here for 3 months and I already have 3.
I want a girls t-shirt. Why do they never do girls t-shirt? Profit hand out those awful boys t-shirts too. Sorry, Audra. You look great in an awful boys t-shirt. I like girls t-shirts, you know. So but there's other stuff going down the side as well from Mark. So Mark thinks you should speak about that at SourceCon. At the end of the day, people read their work email every day, private email less often.
Yeah, and I also use a mail tracking tool to be able to tell when they open my email. What life changing? Yeah, it's called Mail Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, I was scared to, and I don't know if I was scared to use it, but
all the stalkers going on down the column.
My husband would use something similar because he's in sales, and he told me about it. He's like, "You have to use this." I'm like, "No, that's like invading their privacy." So I waited so long to start using this, and then I started using it, and I was like, mind blown. Like, this is life changing.
Yeah.
Does it also tell you if they open it multiple times?
I had this one woman, I sent her a message about a video.
That's super stalking.
She opened it like over and over and over and over and over. I was like, does she not really like think this is real or something?
But do you think it's a bit like,
she needs more of a push?
Do you think it's a bit like the post that Karen Azule just wrote, where she was saying that she got, because she's freelance like me, and she got sent an opportunity that was so appealing to her, but she sat on it for 2 days because she was just like, do I want to leave this world where I'm running my own business? But this is such a good opportunity. And then she went back and got more information and then sat on it for X amount of time.
Yeah.
And it made her really think about, we recruiters are so like, we've got to fill it now.
I know.
Whereas she's going, yeah, I needed to think about it.
Right.
You know, but she probably would have opened that email 16 times.
Someone you probably push over the edge, or someone that just opened it once and then never again, you might.
And that tells me, to me, like if they only opened my email one time, obviously it wasn't intriguing enough to get them to respond. So I'll go back and I'll say, okay, what did I miss? And I can definitely see a change if I don't personalize it. If it looks like a standard email, they open it once and they never look at it again. Yeah.
Mark's written a good point here. Even better when you can see it's opened in multiple countries, you know it's being sent around. That's quite cool. Refer a friend.
One cheeky thing we did is a recruiter sent an email to our work, one of our employees at work, and he forwarded it to my director saying, this company's trying to poach me. So now we're targeting that company and getting them back.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So do you, because I talk a lot about
so that's
making sure you look like somebody worth talking to. You can call it personal branding, employee branding, employer branding, whatever you want to. I just think look like someone worth talking to. Do you think that matters? I mean, you're quite public, like Audra and I are. You've got a personality that shows out there.
I definitely think that a lot of times, like, I definitely make sure my LinkedIn profile is like super catchy, or I try to.
Because to have a look at it.
Great. Because I think when people receive messages from people, a lot of times before they respond, like they'll look them up on LinkedIn. And if you don't have like a picture that is like you're smiling and people want to talk to you, I mean, some of the people out there are so odd. One
of my old bosses looks so angry.
Really?
Mind you, he was quite angry, to be fair.
Actually,
he wasn't. He's really lovely, but he looks really angry. It's hilarious.
I found this woman before. I'll never forget this. And like her background was so perfect, but her picture, she looked so mean and miserable. I'm like, I don't want to work with her. Like, I don't know if I can reach out to her.
It's funny, isn't it? But people don't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's important though to make sure that the image and brand that you're putting off, gets people to want to talk to you. And Brian Cheney, every time a recruiter starts with us, he gives them a talk like, you need to make sure you're representing yourself right.
Yeah.
So people
apparently, though, you look much better without Brian, according to Mark.
Yeah, so Brian, it's funny, he's actually in San Francisco with me this week. I'm like, do you want to come at 7 o'clock? And he's like,
no, that's a bit early. Why haven't we had Brian on? How's that not happened?
You should.
I know, that's bad. Oh, I know that. Shocking.
Yeah.
There are some weird pictures out on LinkedIn. There sure are.
LinkedIn the one that you think is obviously most important for your personal brand, but do you think you have to be on Twitter if you're a recruiter?
Twitter.
Or other places?
I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter. I think one of the best advice I feel like I've ever received, and I don't even remember who it was from. So if you're out there listening and you told me this advice, I apologize that I don't remember. It was you. But somebody once told me, don't try to be huge on every social media platform.
Yeah.
Pick 2 and focus on those. So when I won the SourceCon, or when I went to Dallas, SourceCon Dallas, my very first SourceCon in 2015, when I won the Grandmaster Challenge, I was not on Twitter. And somebody told me, they're like, you have to be on Twitter. So I joined. I've been on it for like a year. I'm not very active on it. I mean, I have, I post articles and I have notifications.
You might have got told to retweet this morning, maybe.
So I'm not good at it. But
what do you mean you're just favoriting it? Retweet it, woman. Retweet it.
Right. You got to tell me what to do. I didn't like Snapchat. I was like so against Snapchat, and now I'm addicted to it. Like, people know my life because I just can't stop snapping.
But I feel like we're quite a tight little community on there. I feel like we're like the cool kids of Snapchat, so I don't mind actually sharing my very random snaps, which never make any sense to anybody.
I feel like I've made some great friends on Snapchat. I'm going to dinner tonight with Chris Kurtz at Peer Through.
Oh yeah, he's gorgeous.
Never met him. It's crazy the relationships you build on there. And
awesome. Now, do you have yours public? Do you have a ton of like followers that are all watching, or is it more like
you don't know how many followers you have, do you?
Well, I mean, we could see how many.
Yeah, no. I'd say my average is about 45, and it's mostly people in the industry.
Yeah.
My mom's on there, my sister, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like I snapped this morning.
I always get worried about your 5:45 a.m. because obviously it's mid-afternoon for me by the time I see them. I'm like, what the hell is that woman doing out of bed? Like, go back to bed. It's too early. Carrie, we've got a question here from Michael Townsend. What is your very social media? I guess he means favorite.
My favorite?
Josh has just written you go to bed at 7.
That's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you.
So what's that? 8 Central.
9. 9.
I'm lying. I know.
My very favorite social media?
I think that's what he means. Yeah.
I would say gosh, I don't know. I'm really addicted to Snapchat, but probably Facebook. And I have started reaching out to people on Facebook.
Yeah. You know you can send video messages.
I just figured that out yesterday. Literally
walking down the street. I freak my clients out in training. I sit there and go, let me look you up, and then I send them a video, and they get it straight through because I haven't been blocked. So there's and they're just, who can resist playing a video?
I know.
Do you know what we're talking about, Audra?
Yeah, but is it still in a different place if you're not friends with them? You'll
only end up in the old other, or sort of hidden if you get blocked. So if you're going to do that, I would recommend having a separate profile. I never used to, but it used to be like, actually, if you get blocked on your own personal profile, that could be painful. But you can really easily send a video, and it just says Katrina Collier sent you a video. Who can resist that? And of course, you can go like, hi, it's Carrie from Indeed. I want to talk to you about X, Y, Z.
We've been toying the idea of doing like video reach outs. So when I email a candidate to put like a video in there instead of writing it. And I think that'd be really cool. I mean, if people can see you and know that you're like the person, and I can say like, hey, Mark, and personalize it. Yeah. I think the back with that, of course, is making sure that your profile looks professional as well. So if they look at you first. Yeah. Small thing. Exactly. I'm attempting, have to get on Snapchat. I'm just going to find my Snapchat calls for him. Sorry, don't mind me if I just disappear for a minute so I could put it there. Because you guys all contributed to it, so.
Thank you. Gary, will you tell us more about what it was like to win the Grandmaster, or how you won it? I'm just curious.
So for those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically like a giant scavenger hunt on the internet. There were Yes, 3 parts to it. And then there was the final challenge that was live at SourceCon. So I had never even heard of it. And then I got approved to go to SourceCon Dallas in August when I was at PayPal. And I remember I was like freaking out. We had to go to this amazing conference. So I started researching online, like what to wear to SourceCon. And I came across this webpage that had said that the SourceCon Challenge had launched in like February. And you had like a week until part 1 was going to close. So I was like, what is this thing? And I looked, and when I found out it was like a scavenger hunt, I was like, oh my gosh, this is me. Like, this is what I live for.
Yeah.
So I started it, and it was, I was given a job description, and it was kind of an out of the box one, and I had to find a resume of a guy who would fit the profile. So I actually found him on Indeed resume. No plug intended. It really is true. And I emailed him and got an automatic response that basically said, hey, I'm out of the country for 6 weeks, but here's a list of like 50 people who you should reach out to. So I had to figure out which one of these I had to reach out to. Then I had to find their contact information. So I think part 1 took me like 3 hours. And I finally figured out the email address, sent an email, and it said, congratulations, you finished part 1, like look for part 2 soon. So I was like, oh my gosh, like freaking out. My husband's like, what's going on? I'm like, I completed it. Like he had no idea why I was so excited. So then I did part 2 where Jim Schneider did this really cool, he's the 2-time Grandmaster champion before me. He did this cool scavenger hunt on YouTube, and it was more just like teaching recruiters how to do intake sessions.
Yeah.
So then part 3 is where I was in tears and almost threw my computer out the window. I started doing part 3, and you can see the names of the people at the end who are also doing the challenge with you. So part 3, I was given 10 different puzzles. They were basically words that were all like cryptid. So I had to first uncrypt this clue. Yeah. And I would get this clue, and I would have to figure out what the clue was trying to get me to find. So part 3 took me, I think, about 2 weeks. Wow. I would literally stay up till almost 1 in the morning. Josh, it's possible I can stay up something on this. And I finally, I remember finishing.
Mark even knows that you don't start that late. You're getting so heckled.
I remember finishing the 10th question, and only the first 5 people who finished it got to go to the finals, and I was number 3, and I was just, I was floored. And then I started seeing the names of the people who were doing it and finished it. You know, Cameron, Aaron Lentz, Randy Bailey, and it was just like everyone was like, "Who is this girl? Like, who just came from nowhere and is in the finals?" I mean, it was crazy. But it was honestly one of the best experiences of my life, hands down.
Yeah, I think Josh is giving you
a
stick here for staying awake. You need to stay awake for SourceCon Anaheim.
See, by the time my body gets used to the time change, I'm like already going home. This is what's happening this week.
It's only a 2-hour one. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I know. You have it a lot worse.
I know. I'm off to Uganda tomorrow. It's only 2 hours different. I'm like, whatever. There'll be no jet lag from that. So.
So the live part of it, Jose, yes, it was a lot more stressful doing it live. So we were all put into a room. We each had our own table, and we had 45 minutes to complete the final challenge. And it was a little bit different than they've done it in the past. In the past, you'd have to find something. I think one year that you had to like build your own search engine or something. I don't know. I would have failed epically at that. But we were given a resume. It was kind of like flipping the sourcing, the way of sourcing. So we were given a candidate's resume, and we had to put together a presentation or a sheet for him on jobs that he should apply to. And there was criteria that you were graded on. So he was a veteran. So was this company supportive of hiring veterans? Like,
Oh, wow.
is it in a location where he wants to work? And we had, I think, 6 different categories, each were 10 points each that we were graded on. One was presentation. That is where I think what I was told is kind of why I scored so high in that, because I got this guy's resume and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I just sat there and I'm like, okay, well, first I'll open up Word, and I added a page border, and I put a title on, and I made it pretty, and I bolded, and like I made like this really nice presentation.
I'm just going to warn you, we've got 4 minutes. It's going to cut out automatically, isn't it, Audra? Yeah, just warning you. Just warning you. We're running out of time.
So then I made it all pretty, and then I said, okay, now I need to find at least like 4 or 5 jobs, because you were also graded on the number of jobs. So I went to Indeed and searched for jobs, and I found like 1 or 2, and I was like, what else do I need to do? Well, then I found a veteran job fair that was happening that same week in his city. And when I saw that, I was like, that's a jackpot. And so
sorry, Audra, did you say it's not going to stop?
Yeah, I think we've got it worked out. So keep going. Mine don't carry us leave anyway.
Sorry,
but.
So I found this this job fair, and I put it together, and I think I had like 58 out of 60 points, and it was crazy.
That's amazing.
Wow. Who are the other ones?
What was that?
Was Randy also one of the 3?
Yeah, so it was Randy Bailey, Amy Aaron Lentz, Cameron Swinton, me, and then they actually let Chris Heron, who's at Indeed with me now.
Yeah.
He was one of the finalists, and then what was his name? He's from
Ballish. No?
No.
Mm.
But he's from across the world. He also was too. So they let us.
Huh? It's got to be Ballish, surely. No? Not Ballish? I can never pronounce his surname.
I don't know. He worked at Indeed. Or he worked at Amazon.
Oh, okay. No. Don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Jose said he definitely wants to try this one year. Honestly, I think everybody should give it a try. And I had a lot of people who started it this year, and they reached out to me, and they're like, oh, it's too hard. I'm like, it is hard.
That's the point.
You just can't give up, honestly. The reason that I won was because I was so determined to finish it, and I would do whatever I had to do to finish it.
If you make it to the finals, you get a free ticket to go to the event?
So if you win, you get a free ticket for life.
Oh, wow.
For one.
So I'll be seeing you in March.
I will see you every SourceCon.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Finally, we get to meet, unless something comes up in between.
Yeah, I will be there.
Cool. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how can people reach out to you, like Jose, if he wants a job?
Yeah, so I should tell everyone to join Snapchat, follow me on Snapchat.
Surely you guys are following each other.
At the Job Girl is what my name is on, I'll type it in too, on Twitter and everything else. And then add me on Facebook. I mean, Indeed has a lot of, we're growing a lot right now. So get up early and go for a run in Austin. I wish I could, but I'm all ready. And if I go for a run in San Francisco, that would not be good.
No, but that's okay. Well, thank you, because you've got a call, haven't you? So you can't stay, even if you wanted to.
I know. I see if they're on. I'm in our.
Keep chatting. Because we went off topic and started advertising SourceCon instead of talking about hyper-personalization anyway. But to be honest, I think that doing it around the other way is a lot of that as well.
Yeah. Well, I can come back. I can come back a different day.
Yeah, always.
I could talk with you guys for hours.
Awesome.
We'll do that in March.
Well, in California.
We could do one like from SourceCon.
That would be fun. I don't know if we're allowed to hijack it. Can we hijack it, Josh? Why not?
Why not?
It's going to be scary enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So are you speaking at the next one? You are?
Yep. 6 secrets from the SourceCon Grandmaster.
Oh.
And I may or may not have shared one or two of them in this conversation.
So we will not share this beforehand. When is it? It's like a few weeks' time.
2 weeks.
Okay, we lie. It'll completely be up beforehand. So
yeah.
Yeah, let's do one from Anaheim from Mark. Cute. So yeah, you guys will be there. I think I'm somewhere else.
Audra, are you going?
No.
When is it? The 21st, 22nd.
You should come to the one in March.
We get to go to one a year, but I usually pick like marketing ones. Since I'm not really a recruiter, it doesn't make sense for me to go to a sourcing
You'd
one.
be surprised what you'll learn, though.
I mean, I definitely.
Because the next one's all on artificial intelligence and stuff, so you can find it really cool. What's dates the next one? The 21st.
The one in 2 weeks.
Is it in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
I'm speaking here, so I can't. Anyway. 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, no. I'm committed here.
Well, we will meet in March then.
Finally.
I can't wait.
If not before, who knows what will happen between now and then. I could be back.
True. This is true.
Yeah. I know what's in between now and the end of November. That's enough for me at the moment. Can't cope. Anyway, Kerry, thank you again. Particularly as I know you've just been on the other Katrina show as well. KK.
Busy woman.
Busy woman.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. Someone needs to live stream your presentation.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah. So I can see it. So I feel like I'm there. Cool. All right. And you know how to hang this thing up then, do you? Cool.
Yes. Do we do this next week? No, I don't think we have a guest.
I'm in Uganda.
Great. So we'll be back in 2 weeks?
Yeah. 20. Oh, no, but then SourceCon. We might have to wait until the few conferences are over. We'll work it out. We'll be back. Anyway.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Jose, Josh, everyone, Mark. Well, yeah. Awesome. Thank you and have a good call, Karen. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Yeah.